welcome. I think I have here with me two protagonists of the Global Solar Water Heater Initiative program. We would like to talk about this today. There is Amr Abdel Hai. He's the program manager of the program based in Brussels from UNEP. And we have Emanuela Menichetti, and you are the region sort of organizer of the Mediterranean, working with OME, also based in Paris. So I would like to know from you first, what are the major components of this initiative, this Global Solar Water Heater Initiative?
Okay, let me first tell you about the goal of this initiative. So the main goal of the initiative is the global commercialization and market transformation of solar water heating in order to reduce the use of electricity and fossil fuels in developing countries. So we have mainly two components. The first component is the knowledge management component, which is executed by UNEP. And we are trying and working with regional partners to facilitate and coordinate technical backstopping for the countries, so for the project countries and as well as other countries as well. So we are dealing with technical thematic areas, if you can say. So we can say the subcomponents of this component is like enabling policies and regulation, awareness rising and training, financing mechanisms and incentives, as well as quality control and strengthening the supply side.
So you said you have certain key countries. Can you name some of them?
Yeah, the key countries are Albania, ALgeria, Chile, Lebanon, Mexico, and India.
And there are plans to enlarge in this program?
Exactly. This is the first phase of the project, but we are planning to extend the project for further, like more 10 countries to come. We are trying to disseminate the lessons learned and transfer the knowledge that will be gained from this project, actually.
Through which channels you distribute your knowledge?
Mainly we have a knowledge-based system, which is what we call the thermal world, solar thermal world. This is our knowledge-based website or to exchange or the related key elements I just described right now.
Well, you are on the regional level. Which problems you are facing to implement this project on your Mediterranean region?
Well, for the time being, we have mostly performed backup studies in order to provide an information and an overall assessment of the situation in terms of market analysis and the future scenarios for solar thermal technologies in the Mediterranean region. So we have mostly interviewed local experts, regulatory authorities, and also we have also exploited to some extent the network of OME, which is a regional association composed of different energy companies in the Mediterranean region. So we also addressed directly our members in order to understand their view and the situation with respect to the solar thermal market in the South Mediterranean region in particular. And we can say, well, mostly the most cited aspects were, of course, lack of financing. And so we hope that the other component of the Global Solar Water Heating Initiative will help overcome this barrier by providing really clearly an enabling regulatory and financial system to ensure that this market uptake will actually become true. And the second thing is a general lack of awareness and limited really studies to build analysis and also to go and see policymakers and explain why they should bet on solar thermal. So these were basically the two most important issues and gaps that were identified. And then we were also asked not to just provide an overview with respect with solar thermal and particularly with the domestic solar thermal water heaters, but also to provide some insights on a more specific market, which is the use of solar heat for industrial processes. And there, well, we have identified other gaps, which, well, of course, the lack of financing is even more important, and of course, we need to work more on capacity building and technological aspects, even though we see that, of course, it's a niche market, but it's slowly expanding in the region, and we see that local actors are very much engaged and involved and are waiting also for some support from the North European countries and also from external donors and agencies to make also this technology expand rapidly in the region.
So how about the financial? I mean, you mentioned financial incentives. How is the budget of the program? You have some sort of budget for financial support mechanism?
That's the part, that's the component like managed and executed by UNDP. So inside the country programs, we have this technical support, but UNEP is providing the technical support for designing the financing mechanism at the request of the countries who are willing to implement such a mechanism.
I think sharing knowledge among key stakeholders is a very crucial issue. I think you made good experiences with workshops on a different level. Can you describe this a bit in detail?
As I explained before, one of the mechanisms for disseminating the knowledge and analyzing this knowledge is workshops, definitely. So we have regional workshops to cover the globe, actually. So we started the first one in Chile, in Latin America. And we invited about 10 countries from Latin America through our partners, ALgeria, which is the Latin American energy organization there. And it was quite interesting because what we did actually is that we invited both the public sector and the private sector as well. So what's really one of the results of this workshop is that we found like very much common barriers that can be addressed commonly. One of the things, for instance, is the testing facilities. Most of the countries are not putting weight to the testing facilities and the quality control for the different component of the solar thermal systems. So there was an idea also of organizing some kind of a sub-regional testing facility, and this is under investigation, if we can say.
Okay, thanks so much for explaining us the project. Good luck.
Thank you. Thanks.